Well, good morning. And I love when it's time to come outside. A lot of you have said, hey, I love your outdoor look. So I thought I would move it around a little bit on this beautiful Thursday. And I hope that we just continue to say how amazing it is in the coming days, in the coming weeks. I did see it's going to warm up just a little bit, but this is what a lot of people are going to be by, I think, this weekend, right? The unofficial end of summer. We'll talk to Beckett Moore, our aspiring meteorologist, about that tomorrow. We, of course, have him on with us on Mondays and Fridays. Unless you're new to the show and you haven't met him, he has gotten a lot of national press from Fox Weather, from the Weather Channel. He's been on the Tamron Hall Show. You name it, there's meteorologists all around the country that absolutely love him, and we're proud that he's been a part of the Real Monica Adams Show for about a year and a half now. He's incredible, and we'll talk about how school's going, because yes, he's a sophomore in high school doing incredible things in our world. So we'll talk about the weather here in just a second. We've got some news you can use. Did any of you get snarled in that traffic yesterday? So we were live, and I hope you saw it, at Miller Furniture, showcasing all of the amazing furniture they have. And I put a post out last night. I'll see if all of you can guess. Before we even pull the trigger on our own furniture, who do you think I'm buying furniture for first? Answer that question. Just drop a comment in for me right now. Who do you think we're buying furniture for first before we even get our couch we're looking at a kitchen table as well as a couple chairs for a great room. So we're excited to buy from Miller Furniture and support those, again, that support us. So those mobile Monicas have become very popular, as well as our other incredible sponsors. So a special thank you to them. Always keep an eye right here for all the latest information. So good morning to you. Again, we're just getting started. We're going to talk about some trending news. We're going to talk about the This or That. That's a series we did actually out here. I did it one day, and we had like 80 to 100 to 200 people that were on just interacting and have fun together. So we're going to do that. I like to find out you, my audience. What makes you tick? And are you a this or are you a that? I always talk about, are you a tea drinker or a coffee drinker or both? Me, tea, no coffee for me. And I know a lot of you are new to the show, so feel free to answer that one first. Are you a tea drinker or a coffee drinker? And do you need it first thing in the morning, or are you like a zombie? Like you can't walk around, you can't even do anything until you have that. Let me know that. So we're going to do a little this or that. We've got some entertainment news that everybody and their brother's talking about. You probably know what I'm talking about. If you don't, we'll get to that in just a second. We'll give you some sports news as well. Are you ready for football? I put my sweatshirt on this morning. I love this little bow. I'm ready for college football. So the NFL starting up here in just a couple of weeks, but there is a game on tap here today and then going into the weekend. So expect to lose your boyfriends and maybe your girlfriends if they're big football fans, your husbands, your wives, your best friends, because this is the college football weekend they've been waiting for, maybe even going to some of the games. So we'll get to that in just a second. Feel free to say good morning to your crew because this is your show as well. Rose, let's see. Rose is on. Sean is on. Good morning. Michelle says heading to the farm on this gorgeous morning. It really is absolutely amazing. And we've got Adelaide out here with me. Tessa and Opus are inside, but Addie and I are enjoying the beautiful sunrise this morning. That was stunning. You know, we talk about not putting sunglasses on for that very first red light. We learned that actually, a couple of weeks ago from Jenny Gabriel, who will be back on with us on Labor Day. She'll be joined by Dr. Brooke Kalisiak, and she's with Legacy Physical Therapy. Did not know that a physical therapist specializes in the pelvic floor muscles. So I'm really excited. And she's talking about men and women both. We're talking about women's health and men's health. Come here, Addie. You want to come up and see Mama? You want to say hi to everybody? Here, let me see if come here. You want to come up here? She's like, no, I'm going to run away. Mom, play with me. Yeah, it's a good day to play outside, isn't it, cutie? So get out. Play with the dogs. Walk the dogs. Get your exercise in. It's absolutely gorgeous. You want to come up here? Come here. So let's see what you're all saying. Sean, good morning. Rose, let's see. We're down by our farm area home. Gorgeous morning. Enjoy. Yep, Michelle's back from France. One of her whirlwind trips that she has been on. She's got a couple still left here. Yes, Michelle, you are correct. Good morning, Stephanie. You are correct, Rose. Kathleen, good morning to you. Pamela, good morning. We've got Gabriel at home. Gabriel is moderating for you. I sent him a text right before we got ready to go on, and I said, get ready to do a bunch of hashtags because we've got a lot of talk to talk about today. So yes, Michelle and Rose, you are correct. Dog, well, not something for them to lay in because they already have beds, even though I could be talked into another really cool bed. Tessa has a wine barrel bed, which I mentioned during the show yesterday, but Adelaide is the one that sleeps in it. So I have to change the name tag out. I got to switch it out depending on which dog goes in it. We're actually going to buy from Miller Furniture the dog bowls, what do you want to call it? The little table that it goes into, because I've always been told that when your dog's eating or drinking, that it needs to be raised up higher for their digestion. They shouldn't be eating off the floor, right? They shouldn't have their bowls on the floor. Adelaide's and Opus, it's propped up about 6 inches. I don't know if that's enough, me personally. So they have one at Miller that's about 9 or 10 inches. And then for Opus, I think his should be about the same. And then Tessa needs a higher one. So they've got some right now, just like little wire ones. I want some that look absolutely gorgeous. So I was kidding around when I asked Mark a couple weeks ago if they had dog furniture, but they do. They have a really cool Amish made wood dog bed with this really cool cushion in it. They've got steps, which I so wanted to get, but Jim has kiboshed the dogs being in the bed about, I don't know, 4 or 5 weeks ago. So I miss that. I'm going to tell you right now, I have not slept as good since the dogs have been out of the bed. I mean that because they're my cuddlers. And at the end of yesterday's show, did you see it? The thing that Jim wants to buy for our great room is called a cuddler. And I was like, that doesn't even make any sense because he doesn't like to cuddle since he's hot-blooded. I'm always cold. He's always warm. I can lay on him for a minute and it's like, nope, Monica, I'm going to start sweating. But he wants a cuddler. Come on. Does that make sense, anybody? Good morning, Julie. Stephanie says, I'm in Minnesota. I drink coffee and tea. I'm sad about the school shooting. Yeah, I was apprehensive. I didn't know if you all wanted me to talk about that. I am going to ask that. When these things happen, do you want me to talk about those? Because when I go through the news and I'm coming up with news you can use, I go back and forth of what I think you do want to talk about and what I think you don't. And, I say that I don't want things that are heavy on your heart, but instead get you thinking, get you laughing, etc. If you don't know what she's talking about, let me go to this. What we know about the shooter who killed 2 and wounded 17 at a Minneapolis Catholic school. Well, again, I do want to help all of those that tune into the show. Stephanie is in Minnesota, so I think we should probably put it in there for her. Kathleen says, I like both coffee in the AM, tea the rest of the day. So is it herbal tea, Kathleen? I can't have caffeine after 12 o'clock or I am bouncing around all day long. Rose says, I should find a coffee addiction group. I love coffee. It's one of my life's pleasures. Yeah, so that's the first this or that. Are you a coffee drinker or a tea drinker? Feel free to drop in. I'll go and bounce around to all the platforms to make sure that you are heard. All right, let's go back to this story. Again, as I mentioned, I do want to drop things in if you want to know about them. So if you don't, authorities are working to learn the motive of the shooter who fired into a Minneapolis Catholic school's church during yesterday's mass, killing 2 children, injuring 17 worshipers. And I'm going to pause there for just a second before we continue on with that. And I will say, my mom and even my husband being a police officer, he's like, why are there so many officers at this church? A lot of you know we go to the Crossing, one of the many campuses they have here in St. Louis. There are about 3 or 4 officers there every Sunday. Does that concern you? And then let me ask you this. So this is a question for all of you as well. Are there armed as well as dressed officers and plainclothes officers at the services that you go to? And where do you go, by the way? Because it can be throughout our area. You can be in another city, another state. Let me know, do you have officers that are stationed at your church? And does it concern you? So when my mom asked, well, why? Even my husband, again, saying, why do you guys have so many at this particular campus? Did something happen? They're like, no, this is kind of how it is. Do you have officers at your church? At your school? That's a no-brainer because of all the school shootings that we've seen. Do your kids have metal detectors that they have to go through? Let me know this. Again, I don't have children. I do go to church and I do see it there. Do you feel a little more safe because there are officers there, or is it unnerving to you? Let me ask you all that. Feel free to drop comments in and let me hear from you. But I think it's needed because we keep seeing school shootings, shootings in churches, shootings in movie theaters, for those that still go to movie theaters, shootings in the malls, and we're going to talk about Nordstrom here in just a second. So we're going to have fun with you. We're going to interact. Again, just very casual, very real talk today. Babs, good morning. Hope you're having a great start. Our Gabriel says he is a coffee drinker. Kathleen says, I attend Holy Family in Arnold. No police officers at church or school. Does that concern you, or are you happy about that? The reason we're bringing this up is because Stephanie's in Minnesota and she wanted to talk about the shooting that happened again yesterday at a Minneapolis Catholic schools church. Officials identified the shooter as 23-year-old Robin Westman, said that Westman was found dead in the parking lot from what they believe was a self-inflicted gunshot. The Minneapolis police chief said authorities were searching a vehicle in the parking lot believed to be the shooters and 3 associated residences in the area. They were also scouring content that Westman allegedly scheduled to be released on YouTube and has since been removed from the platform. The FBI is investigating the shooting as an act of domestic terrorism and hate crime targeting Catholics. That is the reason I wanted to bring it up. Again, we don't like to do the horrific things that are going on, but Stephanie did ask about it. Obviously, we want to pray about it. The shooter, armed with a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol, approached the side of the church at Annunciation Catholic School. Again, this is in Minneapolis, and shot through the windows towards the children sitting in the pews during Mass just before 8:30 in the morning. And again, I don't want you to be scared as your kids are going off to school, or maybe you're going to a weekday Mass. But I think we do need to know about these things, okay? So this is the time that tugs on my heart. I'm going to tell you that. From being in news for a long, long time, 30 years, and then stepping away, these are the stories that obviously are the top news stories. And so what I always want to know is, do you want to know about these? Do you want to pray together as a community? Do you want to offer something up? Do you want to get angry? Be real, because today is real talk. Rose says, I don't think we have officers, but we have security people in place, all services, okay, especially for the kids. I go to Grace Union, awesome church. Yeah, let me know where you're going. We do not at St. Paul's in Columbia, Illinois, Stephanie says. Kathy, good morning to you. So what we're asking from the get-go is, do you have security or officers where you go to Mass? Do your kids have officers at school? Do they walk through a metal detector? All those things. Let me know that. And then what I want to know is, for those of you that do have it, do you feel safer? Which I said I do. I'm actually glad that they have it there. I don't know why. Maybe it's just something that they put in place at all the campuses of the Crossing. If you go to the Crossing and you know the answer to that, let me know. But are you happy about it, or does it make you more concerned? And does it make you upset about where we are in the world? Because again, back when I was in school, there was no officers around. Now they have school resource officers on a regular basis. What do you think about that? Real talk for you this morning. Let me get into the forecast, because we went straight out of the gate here in the first 13 minutes. Michelle actually started it by saying how beautiful the morning was, and it is. I mean, look at that, 84 degrees. This is in St. Louis, so for those of you like Stephanie out in Minnesota, if you're outside of our area, let us know, what's the weather like where you are? Are you on vacation? Are you taking us on vacation with you? 62 tonight as you go to maybe Busch Stadium to see the Cardinals. We'll talk about that in just a second, how bad the attendance has been. I mean, it's really sad to see. We go into the weekend, Labor Day weekend, Friday, 86, a beautiful day tomorrow, down to 61 for a low. St. Louis City SC, by the way, in action Saturday if you want to go to the game. 83 degrees, down to 61 when you're watching them play. 82 on Sunday and 60 degrees. I'm going to tell you what, a lot of times on Labor Day weekend, we end up having rain, and there's none in the forecast right now. Monday is 81. That slight chance doesn't come in until Tuesday and Wednesday, staying in the low to mid 80s. And then as we get into next week, 77 Thursday and Friday, and Saturday, a beautiful 80 degrees. Again, gorgeous way to transition slowly as we go from summer into fall. Again, this weekend, the unofficial end of summer, as a lot of public swimming pools, again, will close down. So everybody's trying to get their last days in the pool. What are your plans, by the way? What are your plans for Labor Day weekend? Let me know. I will tell you, one of the things that I love most about Labor Day weekend is the Greek Festival. This is the one in the city, by the way. If you're in St. Louis, or if you're coming into St. Louis, put that one on your list. We'll run through some other things, but let me know. What do you have on tap for Labor Day, the holiday, or Labor Day weekend? I'm going to be by this as much as possible. Let me give you a different view, because again, that, if you're listening, you're like, what is that noise? It's the fountain behind us. That's one fountain. I also have what we built over there in the corner. That fountain, I'll sit by, read a book. I've got a hammock right next to it. One of my favorite things to do. And I'm ready for football season, which we'll talk about here in just a couple of minutes. College football. Are you ready for college football? Are you excited about it? Who's your team? Okay, is it Mizzou? Is it Illinois? Is it one of them that is outside of our immediate area? What are you most excited about? I am excited not only for college football but bonfires. I'm excited for the fashion. I'm excited for the transition of the food and the drinks for fall. Fall is absolutely my favorite time of year. Even though I will miss this and closing the pool. As I said, if only in St. Louis we could keep the pools open throughout the fall. I know you're all going to tell me to get a heater. That's stupid expensive. I'm not doing that, but I would love. Good morning, Linda. Hope you're having a great start to your day. All right, we're going to do this or that. I want to know this. Were you stuck in this? So yesterday, our salesman, Bill, was trying to get over to Fairview Heights, and he's like, Monica, I'm so sorry. I left super early, but I'm running late because there's smoke everywhere. And I was like, what are you talking about? First, I thought he was talking about 64 on the Illinois side. No, it was this heavy smoke prompting an interstate closure and Metrolink service suspension. All of this happening Wednesday morning. So they were talking about a warehouse fire. I heard from a ton of people that got stuck in that said, I thought the entire city was on fire. And, we were just talking earlier this week about Phoenix dealing with this huge billowing smoke that was in the air that caused power outages. It caused delays and cancellations at the airport. So we thought this was the big smoke cloud that they had there. And here we have it here. No, it was a warehouse fire, and that was massive. So were any of you stuck in that yesterday? Did you see it? You may have seen it on the news if you're watching the news, but I had a handful of friends that were stuck in that. Stephanie said it's going to be in the 70s in Minnesota. Ann says, good morning. I am a decaf tea drinker. We have a resource officer at our school. Okay, so she's a teacher. Have a great day to you as well. Stephanie, what's your favorite team? Okay, my favorite, I went to Mizzou. So, of course, I watch Mizzou. My husband, though, he and his family in Birmingham, Alabama, are big Auburn fans. So do me a favor, Gabriel, and hashtag Mizzou, hashtag Auburn, and then go, you can do the MIZ, and then another one, ZOU. And then you can also hashtag for us War Eagle, because that's the shout. That's the cry that we all say as we watch Auburn. So, yeah, that's my favorite. Carrie, oh my gosh, good to see you. Good morning. At First Assembly Church, we have security at all services. Okay, the row I sit on, one sits on the same row. All right, so what we're asking, thank you for tagging Mizzou, by the way. Yeah, tag them and then tag Auburn. So let me know, what is, thank you, Gabriel. What is your favorite college football team, Stephanie? I'd like to know that. Everybody else, who will you be watching? Let me see. Let me give you a rundown of what's on tap for football. So you've got, let's see, today, Boise State is playing South Florida. So kickoff at 4:30. So there is a game today. And tomorrow, Western Illinois against Illinois. So a lot of you from our area might be watching that. Kickoff at 6:30. Texas and Iowa State playing tomorrow, as well as Syracuse against Tennessee. Old Dominion plays Indiana. You've got Marshall against Georgia. Alabama, that's our rival, by the way. Don't hashtag Alabama. We don't want Alabama. Alabama says roll tide. We say War Eagle. Alabama and Florida State playing Saturday at 2:30 in the afternoon. South Dakota and Iowa State is playing Saturday. Nevada against Penn State. A lot of games on tap for Saturday. So it's an all-day binge watching, right? I shouldn't say binge watching. All day just on the couch. And Montana State plays Oregon. Illinois State against Oklahoma. UTSA against Texas A&M. North Dakota's against Kansas State. LIU is playing Florida. AR Pine Bluff against Texas Tech. You've got LSU playing Clemson. That should be a great game. New Mexico and Michigan. These are all Saturday games, by the way. Georgia State and Ole Miss. We watch Ole Miss as well. East Texas A&M against SMU. And then the last one is Northern Arizona against Arizona State. On tap for Sunday is Virginia Tech and South Carolina. And then Notre Dame against Miami, Florida. So that's a rundown for you. If you are wanting to just sit on the couch, relax, and just be a couch potato, a ton of football on tap for you on Saturday. So where's Auburn? Let's see. Auburn is playing. Wow. I'm not seeing it quickly. Gabriel, do me a favor and look at Auburn's schedule and let me know when Auburn is opening up and who they're playing. Did I miss them? Did I say them? I'm looking through real quick and I didn't see Auburn on this. So maybe I would have thought they were opening up, but this is week one schedule for you, by the way. If you're just tuning in, going through and giving you a rundown of some exciting things that are on tap for you, as well as doing a little this or that. So I'm going to get to that in just a second. All right, Carrie says the Texas Aggies. Stephanie, good teams. Mine's the University of Minnesota, the Golden Gophers. Okay, Shannon, good morning to you. War Eagle, Mizzou. We're a Mizzou and Auburn family also. Hey, that a girl. I love it. Shannon, who's Auburn playing? Are they playing this weekend? I'm not finding them on this schedule. Oh, it's tonight. Okay, Shannon, thank you. Why did they not pop up on this? That's weird. I just typed in, and they were showing Boise State and South Florida. Didn't see them. Okay, very cool. Who are they playing? They're playing Baylor. Okay, wait a minute. Gabriel says they're playing Baylor tomorrow at 7 o'clock. All right, Shannon, Gabriel, who's right here? Clearwater Lake, Rose says, spending time with great friends. Oh, okay, so this is what you're doing for the weekend. Doing absolutely nothing but drinking some wine, enjoying my husband's famous blueberry pancakes. Hey, invite us over. Laughing, a little poker, nights around the fire pit. Life is good. I'm blessed. You absolutely are. Rose, we missed you yesterday. She was going to come by. So Rose is going to get some furniture from Miller Furniture. Again, I hope you all get a chance to stop by and maybe take part in their big Labor Day weekend sales. Otherwise, if not, he said he knows that a lot of people are gone this weekend, so they're continuing their sale through September 9th. So I'm going to give this to you. I'm going to actually move it around a little bit. I normally do this at the end, but Rose and everybody else, look what today is, National Red Wine Day. So there you go. It's also National Bow Tie Day, and that one they've got on the dogs. National Thoughtful Day, National Power Rangers Day. Oh my gosh, are they still around? It's also National Cherry Turnover Day, and it's Rainbow Bridge Remembrance Day. Sorry. For any of you that have doggies, it's one of the hardest things to go through, is it not? I'm just going to give a special shout out, and then Gabriel, if you can maybe tag her for me. Dr. Dawnetta Woodruff. She owns Pets at Rest, so you can tag Pets at Rest. We got a phone call the other day, and prayers going out to my husband's son, my stepson, Bradley, and his wife, Holly. They called us over the weekend and asked who the doctor was that we used when we had to go through the horrific thing of having to put our dogs down. So her name is Dr. Dawnetta Woodruff. She's incredible. She used to come to your home. And I used to think, I don't know if I would want that done, because I'll always look at that space as where the dogs left us and went to the Rainbow Bridge. I will tell you that is one of the most beautiful things, because that's where they're most comfortable. And their dog Colt, they really couldn't move him around much, so they wanted somebody to come to the house. So Pets at Rest is who she was with, okay? I'm sorry, Lap of Love is who she was with. Pets at Rest is her new place. And what she ended up doing is getting this gorgeous place here in St. Louis County, and it is like a home, and it has the smells of home. You can bring anything, again, that reminds the dog of you. When we had to put Kaylee down, we had a sweatshirt that we put with her, and let that go with her. So that was her last smells of us, which was really, really powerful for me. Oh, okay. Thank you, Shannon. Auburn is tomorrow and Mizzou is tonight. Very good. All right. Well, hey, I know what I'm doing tonight. Watching Mizzou and drinking some red wine. Okay, Auburn tomorrow. So I know what we're doing tomorrow as well. Joe says, Nicholas on Saturday afternoon. Yes, the big Greek festival. Taking the afternoon off, watching Illini and hopefully Clemson. Okay, Linda, spending a quiet weekend by the pool, maybe a little grilled chicken. No pork steaks for me, following my strict Alpha-Gal diet. Oh, I know, right? Everything changes when you have that. Off on Sunday and Monday, church Sunday. Monday starts fall cleaning. Oh, I just want to enjoy a little while before I have to do that. So, yeah, St. Nicholas. If you all haven't been, that's the big Greek festival, and it's going to be so much fun. The weather is probably going to make it some of the biggest numbers they've seen in a long, long time. Maybe you're going, let's go ahead and do this backwards. Let's do sports first. Are you going to go see the Cardinals? I want to ask this. How many of my viewers are actually still watching the Cardinals? It was so sad to see the other night, Joe Buck on the X feed, or Twitter, as a lot of you know it. He posted a picture of the stadium, and I swear, I don't know. I mean, I can't do numbers that quick, but I was like, do they even have 5,000 there? Maybe 10,000? I don't know. Gabriel, do me a favor. Can you Google how many people fit in Busch Stadium? Is it like 40 something thousand? I don't know. But honestly, it didn't look like there were even 5,000 people there. No one's wanting to go to watch the Cardinals. They are definitely having to restructure, rebuild this team. Jaime better do some work quickly. Cardinals lost to the Pirates 2-1 there yesterday. Okay. So people are just frustrated with what's going on with the team, and they are showing it big time by not attending. The Pirates and the Cardinals are playing today, so we'll see if anybody's there. 1:15 game, and then it's the Cardinals. They're on the road. They're going to Cincinnati playing against the Reds, and hopefully more people will be there to watch them than their own hometown crowd. We haven't been to a game in a while, and by the looks of it, I think you could get any seat in the house that you wanted right now. And we'll probably be giving tickets away. It's really sad to see. I will say that. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. We are just right on into it. And I love the interaction. We're going to have some fun with you. We're going to do this or that. I thought so. 46,000 people, Gabriel says, seems to be the maximum capacity of Busch Stadium. 46,000. And I'm telling you right now, I don't think they even had 10,000. They probably extrapolated the numbers to say that they had many. If you saw the view, again, or maybe you were there. I hated it. Mark Miller from Miller Furniture told us that he threw out the first pitch at that game that I was talking about. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sad that there weren't more people to see you there. Shannon said it's not the players, it's the management we watch on TV. Exactly. It is absolutely the management. And it's frustrating. And I don't know, a lot of people go, oh, it's the players and they want more money and we're frustrated with this and that. I get that side. But at the same time, look, they're playing. They're making massive money off of it, and then they're not pulling in the players that you're expecting them to pull in. They really do need a rebranding, a restructuring altogether. I'm excited for football, and how many of you are excited for hockey season as well? I want all of that. I'm ready. It's funny because I'm not a fan of cold weather, but I'm ready for all the cold weather stuff already. I'm excited for the transition of the season. As I said, I will miss this. I love being by the pool, but it is time. It's time for our next season. It's time for a little football. We're going to get into a little news you can use that I think you need to know about. And then we're going to have fun on the second half of the show. We're going to do this or that. So don't go anywhere.
When you want to feel good, you work out at Crunch. You don't go here, because here feels bad. But here we help you feel good, feel strong, feel rejuvenated.
Join Crunch Fitness today.
When you want to feel good, you work out at Crunch. You don't go here, because here feels bad. But here we help you feel good, feel strong, feel rejuvenated.
Join Crunch Fitness today.
Yes, we're going to be talking about Crunch in the coming weeks and giving some new workouts for you, by the way. We'll also be giving away another one-year membership. Get ready for that. I just want to sit there and look at that. That is the pool, by the way, at Just Pools. They are one of our many sponsors that we were thanking again at the beginning of the show. Just Pools was on with us last year, this year as well. And so a lot of you will be going in to get your closing chemicals. When you need chemicals, and maybe you haven't been to Just Pools in the past, I'd love for you to go and say hi and tell them thank you, by the way, because again, we couldn't do this show without you watching and without these incredible sponsors. If you have thought about pulling the trigger and having a pool built, then think about Just Pools, because they built ours. Again, we got lucky. It was just really ironic. We moved into the home and they happened to build the one that I'm sitting by. They are also the authorized Pentair warranty service repair station. So have them build the pool and have them take care of it for you. 636-464-7110. Where are they located? Right there, 3987 West Outer Road South in Arnold. And I can tell you right now, this is when you want to go in, because they will have the end of year, specials. You want to get some fun things for next summer. This is when you go and do it. So stop in, tell them thank you again for being a part of our show. All right, we are on multiple platforms. That's just one of them. And a lot of people always want to go, hey, well, how do I find you on YouTube? That's why we made that. Just type in The Real Monica Adams and you will find us. We're also on Facebook. That's my largest audience. LinkedIn. We have Instagram. We have Rumble. We have X. And then we just added Twitch for all of the young kids that like gaming. We're on Twitch as well every morning, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. So welcome back. If you're just tuning in or you're brand new to the show, because some people have said, oh my gosh, I just found you. Well, I am your host, Monica Adams. The show is called The Real Monica Adams because we like for you to be authentic and real. And again, that's what we need more of in life, or at least that's what I feel. And for all of you that watch on a regular basis, they say that's the part that we love, the authenticity. Okay, I want you to be interactive. We're right at 7:30. Let me go back here. Rose said, hockey fans are the best, right? Absolutely. Debbie, I'm so jealous. My hubby is leaving to tailgate at Mizzou today while I stay at home home and work. That's not fair. Debbie, are you a red wine drinker? Because today's our day. So I'm going to watch Mizzou on TV. We'll all be watching. How did I not know they were playing tonight? Bad Mizzou fan, right? I should be switching. You know what? I'll do that for you. I will do this very quick. When we go into the next break, I'll put my Mizzou sweatshirt on. So this is for everybody's football team, all right? We're going to be all inclusive with football. It's one thing I enjoy. So whatever team you like to follow, shout it out. Wear your colors proudly. Let me know. All right, let's do this real quick. We were talking about the weather. We talked a little bit about the crazy smoke that filled 64. I want to know if any of you got stuck in it. ZOU, Gabriel. I finished it for you. ZOU, MIZZOU. All right, this is the beginning of the end of something, but this is actually a good thing. I think you'll all be happy that the temp tags evidently are going away. That's right. Today, the beginning of the end for temporary tags in Missouri begins today. That's when a new state law will take effect that requires sales tax to be paid at the point of sale. And I think that's important because all of us that do our due diligence and pay our temp tags, and then all these other people that do it months later, years later, or never, it's frustrating. And for police officers, they sit there and see, are you serious? Is that from 5 years ago? Or some people don't even have plates on. Temp tags are an issue that we have all in the news covered for years. Cars on the road, sometimes long expired temp tags. It's something that catches the attention of drivers. They expressed yesterday that they're glad to see the state take some action. A lot of them coming out. Actually, one said, I think it will be a great thing. I ride all the time. I see thousands of plates. Some of them don't have any plates on them. None. I don't even understand it. If that was me driving, I'd get 10 tickets. And then they get frustrated at the police. But you know what? The police are apprehensive to pull people over because at that point, you're pulling them over for, a temporary tag issue and you don't know if they have a gun on them. It's really frustrating. I've seen some from 20 years ago. Honestly, I've seen some old red or maroon, right? Well, what was it? Red or maroon and white plates, old plates. And a tag was from forever ago. So again, the new law going into effect, eventually the 30-day and 60-day temp tags will go away once the state's new computer system for registration in motor vehicles called Fusion is up and running. That's expected in late 2026. That will enable sales tax to be paid when the car is purchased at the dealership, which is exactly what I think should have happened. The Missouri Department of Revenue said on the 28th, the 90-day temporary tags will go away. So that's what's happening today. Do you all agree with this? Like I said, I do. Some of you might be like, oh, I liked having the 30-day, 60-day extension just to get more money. I get that part as well, but it's just frustrating because so many people wouldn't pay theirs. And I know that's what people got ticked off about. All right, if you have some ding-dongs, this one is for you. Sorry, but ding-dongs are now the next in the recall list. Why? This is gross because they might contain mold. J.M. Smucker Company recalled several lots of Hostess Ding Dongs products. According to a press release, the release reported that 5 lots were impacted. According to this, the impacted products include Hostess Chocolate Ding Dongs single serve, so that's the 2 count, their Chocolate Ding Dong 10 count, and the family pack, which is 16. That's who's impacted. The recalled products have a best buy date of August 30th. 31st, September 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Customers are advised do not eat the mold. Do not eat the recalled products. Return them to the store of purchase for a refund. No other product from J.M. Smucker was impacted by the use, so that's good. If you have any further questions, I've got a number here for you. It's 1-800-483-7253. Again, 1-800-483-7253. But isn't that gross? I mean, it's so frustrating how many things I have seen in recalls, and some things you would think, are you serious? That's being recalled as well. At this point, nothing is off the table from recalls. All right, Gene says, absolutely. I'm sorry, Gene, what is the absolutely to? We have so much we're talking about this morning. Good morning to you, Gene, by the way, but what's the absolutely to? Tell me that. Give me some context. All right, I love Nordstrom, but I haven't been to this one, and that's obviously a lot of you. That's why the doors are shuttering. What's next, though, for the Galleria's former Nordstrom? An experiential sporting goods store expected to replace Nordstrom, though the opening timeline is unclear. The store shut down on Sunday, but some shoppers still arrived days later hoping to get inside. They didn't know about it, right? They said, I tried the door. I'm disappointed that they're gone. Some of the shoppers say the signs were there in recent months, but they noticed fewer items in stock. The store no longer felt the same. It opened back in 2011. And again, Dick's Sporting Goods also not responding to repeated requests for information on a move-in timeline. So the Nordstrom spokesperson confirmed that Dick's House of Sport will eventually take over the space. I don't know if you know this, but Nordstrom went private earlier this year. They had an all-cash acquisition by members of the Nordstrom family, and the global retailer, the company said the move would allow it to better focus on long-term strategy and improving the customer experience across online and in-person platforms. I've mentioned this on the show before, but I'm going to tell you right now, it happened a long time ago. I remember I would regularly go to the Nordstrom West County here in the West County area, De Pere. And when they made the transition to more of an industrial look, they lost me. It was so much more welcoming and warm with the way the decor was, with the really honestly with the brands that they used to carry. Are you a Nordstrom shopper? I like Nordstrom Rack and I still support them, but I have not been to that Galleria location in many, many years. Actually, Von Maur is getting more of my business, and a lot of people ask me, where do I get my clothes? It's more so the small businesses, right? I love the small boutiques, the mom and pops. I love to support small business. So I will, if I go to a bigger store, it's Von Maur. It used to be the De Pere location of Nordstrom. Now I'll run into Nordstrom Rack, but for the most part, I love going to Christopher's in Kirkwood. So you can tag Christopher's, Gabriel. Christopher's is an incredible boutique. It's owned by my friend Mark. He has beautiful clothes, jewelry, items for your home, items for your skin, candles. It's truly, if you've never been, you'll thank me later, or your husbands might get mad at me because I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to spend a lot of money. It is a beautiful store that you will get lost in for a while. All right. A lot of people are talking about something in the entertainment world. You know, all know what it is? In fact, I'm actually surprised I didn't see it move on my social media pages more. I have a notification that comes to my email from New York Times. And it was the headline of, oh, okay. And it has to do with somebody playing football and somebody that's in the entertainment world. Do you know what I'm talking about? You think I'm going to do that right now? I'm not, because I'm burying it. Everybody and their brother's talking about it. And I literally am like, I couldn't care less, honestly. But that's going to shock a lot of you because I do love entertainment news. I covered movies for a couple of years when I was at the NBC affiliate here in St. Louis. I do love entertainment. I love watching movies. I love going to the theater and really getting back to the movie theater. I couldn't care less, though, about this particular thing. Before I say it, I want you to drop in. What do you think I'm talking about that the whole world is talking about in the trending entertainment news? Instead, I'm going to talk about this because to me, I think this is a little more important. Bruce Willis's wife says his brain is failing him in a recent health update. I don't know if you remember, but 2 years ago, Bruce Willis was diagnosed with dementia, and his wife says his brain is failing him. He's having a very hard time speaking. So the 70-year-old's wife, Emma Willis, spoke with Diane Sawyer for a special called Emma and Bruce Willis on ABC, The Unexpected Journey. And she says Willis, to whom she's been married for 16 years, he is mobile. He's in good health overall. She said, and I quote, the language, though, is going. We've learned to adapt. We have a way of communicating with him, which is just a different way, right? News of Willis's communication difficulties comes 2 years after his family announced that he had been diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia. The former actor has 2 daughters, aged 13 and 11, with Hemming Willis, and is the father of 3 adult daughters with his ex-wife, actress Demi Moore. Hemming actually told Diane Sawyer it seems like her father still has a connection with his family, and his personality does come through in small ways, like a laugh or a smirk. She said, you know, when we are with him, he lights up, right? He's holding our hands. We're kissing him. We're hugging him. He's reciprocating. The family has moved him to a new home where he can be surrounded by professional caregivers. This just really breaks my heart. They said that she calls it one of the hardest decisions that they ever had to make. Now, Hemming is publishing a book about being her husband's caregiver called The Unexpected Journey, Finding Strength, Hope, and Yourself on the Caregiving Path. That will be available on September 9th. And I apologize. I think I called Hemming the daughter. So that is that's the wife speaking. So to me, I think that's more important. What was the boutique Monica was promoting? Shannon, it is Christopher's in Kirkwood. All right, Linda said, I agree. So over the football player and the singer. Look, we're not even giving them names. He has lost his touch. Can't keep his mind on the game. Oh, that's interesting. Are you talking, Monica, about Chris that used to own? No, it's actually my friend Mark Coulter, who owns Christopher's and Mark Anthony's. So Christopher's, that's where I shop. That is what I'm talking about, Shannon and everybody else. So again, Gabriel, if you can tag Christopher's for me in the moderating, that way you all can click on it. But it's Christopher's in Kirkwood. So Mark Anthony's. Oh, okay, interesting. So, or you can just go and go online and go to Christopher's website and then just go ahead and drop that in. Christopher's, and that way you can find out exactly where they're located. Go in. Trust me, when you want to find something for yourself, you just want to feel good about yourself and go in and find something for you. You'll find gifts for everybody. You'll find gifts for the dogs. You will find gifts if you want to be early on your Christmas shopping. A lot of people start in September and October. Get a head start. And then trust me, you will want to be there around the holidays. I'm hoping that we'll be doing shows there again. I know a lot of you enjoyed those. So no, Mark Anthony's closed, and he took all of that brand and combined it with Christopher's. So Rose, Christopher's and Mark Anthony's together, and it looks amazing. So the men's clothes, the women's clothes are all in the back of Christopher's in the boutique area. And then he's got all the beautiful jewelry that he's had. He's got the purses. They've got the ornaments. I mean, you can tell I'm geeking out because it is really one of the most amazing stores. All right, we'll go back to Linda and all of us being so over this. So if you haven't heard, yes, it's happened. Taylor and Travis, they are engaged. Did you hear about it? Do you care? All of you Swifties fans, I'm not saying I don't like them. I'm just, during the Kansas City Chiefs games, we're trying to watch a football game and just constantly it was, let's show her up on the screen. I mean, I think she even got tired of it. And then she even got booed at one point. So I don't know. Anyway, they're asking, will Taylor and Travis tie the knot in Kansas City? A wedding planner is giving some insight on this. They're also talking about the celebrity trend for big rocks. Did you see the engagement ring? All right. If not, there it is. It's massive. You can see it from a freaking drone in the sky. Karen says T. All right, Karen, thank you so much. We're asking you a little this or that. I don't care about them, Julie says. Kathleen, I love Christopher's. I can spend hours in there. All right, I want to know, because I want to know my audience. Are you a fan of Taylor Swift? Do you like her music? I think she is a very smart businesswoman. Are you a fan of Travis Kelce? Do you watch and listen to the Kelce boys, Jason and Travis? Do you listen to their podcast? Because it's huge. They got millions and millions and millions. I'm like, give me some of that money. You guys do not need this. Okay, so the wedding planner, this is what they're saying. It's a day that will go down in Swiftie history. Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce's engagement announcement. So Amanda Rold plans weddings with Trinity Events in Kansas City. She sat down with KCTV to speak on her expert predictions of Kansas City's royal wedding, because they're calling this royalty. While no one has a crystal ball, she has a few key ideas, okay, on where the wedding could take place. I mean, literally, this is her just guessing. Where do you think they'll get married? So they say iconic spots like the Nelson or Union Station, if he wants to incorporate 1587 Prime. Maybe they do it at the hotel. Taylor and Travis's unique personalities are sure to shine through their big day. They say, I think the wedding's going to represent who they are as a couple. Taylor loves storytelling, dramatic elements. Travis has this energetic presence with the refined style. So she says, I'm assuming it'll be a black tie event. She said the guest list will most likely consist, of course, A-listers, high security. She said she's also no stranger to incorporating Swift's elements into weddings. They say Swift has a huge influence on the wedding culture right now. Her lyrics end up in vows, decor, playlist all the time. They say that planning Taylor and Travis's wedding would be the highlight of her career. Duh, of course. So what do you think? I'll ask you that first, and then we'll talk about this movement towards massive, and I do mean massive, rings, as you are seeing there. All right, Rose says, who cares? Well, a lot of people do, because they pretty much broke the internet when Taylor joined the podcast with Jason and Travis. Stephanie says, that special hit home for us. So sad. My sister-in-law has the same thing Bruce has. My brother and my niece just put her in memory care. She inherited from her dad. She's only 70. Right. I would rather talk about Bruce Willis and what he's going through than this whole thing with Taylor Swift. The ring doesn't look pretty, Julie says. Oh, I'm sure she loves it, though. All right. Jean says Diana Ross and John Batiste at the Muni tonight. All right. Very good. Yes. The Muni just wrapped up their regular season with Jersey Boys. And now Diana and John Batiste. That should be amazing. Rose says, I agree. Stephanie, I'm not a Swiftie. Good for them. It was annoying watching the Chiefs game, seeing her. Rose, not a Swiftie, but like one or two songs from her. But I live in a football home. I love Travis and his brother. Okay, do you watch that podcast, by the way? So those are the things that a lot of people are talking about. That's the trending news. That's your sports news. That's what's going on in the world. Let me switch this around a little bit. Got a little sunshine coming up here on my face. Again, beautiful, beautiful weather. Okay. One of my favorite things that we have done over the last couple of years is a little this or that. And I'm going to tell you right now, when I first did it, I looked at the numbers and I thought, holy cow, what's going on here? We had 80, 100, over 100 people that were commenting. So tell your family and friends right now that I want to know more about them. I want to know my audience. So I'm going to ask you, and all you're going to have to get your little fingers getting ready to type fast, because it's going to be one word or the other. I want to know you, and this is how I find out more about you. You all know I love my fashion, so take a listen to this.
Discover your full potential with a personalized styling experience. Designing, customizing, and transforming the looks of men and women. Revamp your individual style and embrace what makes you, you. That's real confidence.
But by the end of this, I want 100% raising your hands. I'm here to empower you because you all have intrinsic value. I don't care if someone has told you that you don't. Today, we are here to make you believe in yourself.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Bonacorsi, and I'm the president and founder of J. Bloom. And I chose Monica Adams to be our keynote speaker because of the positivity that she illuminates whenever she speaks. She's an amazing influence and has so much impact on these women that they are going to leave change.
It's a constant education. Never stop being the leader. If you are given the opportunity to be, and I hate the word boss, by the way, don't we like leader more? Have you all seen that image of a boss shouting behind their team and then the leader out in the trenches? And I know there's a lot of people that are thrown into your paths, and there are people who try to squash your dreams. It could be your partner, it could be your parents, your children, a boss that you've had, but you cannot, from this day forward, I'm going to ask you to not give them power any longer. So we think it, we write it, we hear it. Think right here. Make connections today. Then pave that way. You now have the awareness. So how do you pave that path?
Your message, like at the end, you can be anything, but before that, be kind.
Yep.
My husband's a pastor, and that every one of his sermons, that's always within it. That be kind.
Yep.
You have to be kind.
It is.
Oh, you're fine.
Look at this. So there's an employee out there who still thinks of you because you were kind to them. Never stop being that leader. By the way, I want to be remembered for this phrase when I'm no longer on this earth. The greatest rewards in life come from the most uncomfortable walk. God meant for me to talk to you. Oh, it's okay. You, honey, have a lot of value. And someone's told you that you don't. And I was meant to be in your life today. I've always said, I have chills. Do we all have chills? God, I say, if you can have me change one person's life, then I have done your job. I'm hoping it's all of you. But see, she's not okay for whatever reason. I don't know your story, but I'm going to tell you they're wrong. And all these women believe in you.
To hire Monica Adams for your next event, email info@therealmonicaadams.com.
All right, well, welcome back. I promised to put it on for you. Mizzou tonight. Mizzou in action. Auburn in action tomorrow. It is a huge college football weekend. We're excited about it. Again, a lot of you not going to see the Cardinals, so I think you're excited for the transition of the season going away from summer into fall. I will be lighting. All my equipment right now is on top of a fire pit. I have 3 here. We've got one over by the fountain, and then Jim and I built one back here. I don't know if any of you have ever seen. Well, you can't see really behind there. And Gabriel, I can't wait for you and your girlfriend to come over here and sit by a bonfire. Let's just have some fun together. Over there, there's some property as it goes back into the woods, and that is where we built another fire pit. So we've got 3 here. So if you think I like fire pits and bonfires. The answer is yes. I also told you earlier it was National Red Wine Day, so I got my Wine Girl sweatshirt out. In fact, we had a collaboration with them, so if any of you are ever interested in getting some really cute Wine Girl sweatshirts or hats or t-shirts, I do have a link for you that we have a little affiliation with. I love this. So I've got Wine Girl. I've got a sweatshirt that says corks are for quitters. And I also have another one. And I want to say this. There are two people I'm following on Instagram that I love. So her husband is French. And then she's, of course, from the United States. And they go back and forth and talk about things that we say here. And he laughs and he's like, no, this is how it's supposed to be said. So they do this like French and American thing. So he said that all of us here say Veuve Clicquot, right? The champagne. He says it's Veuve. I've never heard that. And she's like, none of us say Veuve. And he's like, well, you're supposed to. Veuve Clicquot. So teaching us something new today from the French. Michelle, I am guessing she's out of earshot. She just came back from France. And I would love to know if anybody there told her also that it's Veuve. It's Veuve Clicquot. For all of you that speak French, I didn't know that. So, M-I-Z-Z-O-U. Ready. Okay, let's have some fun. This is one of my favorite things. So, I told you to get those fingers. Hopefully, you stretched them out. We're not doing workout today, but you might need to work out your fingers. So, here's a this or that. We asked earlier, are you a tea drinker, a coffee drinker? So, if you didn't answer that one, feel free to answer that. If not, here we go. All right, we're going to run down this list. We're going to do several of these. So, the very first one, let's go. Jeans or leggings? Okay, as we get ready to transition into fall. Do you like to wear jeans or do you like to wear leggings? Leggings were really, really hot. I'm more of a jeans girl, so I'm going to give you that. Polka dots or stripes? Polka dots for me. Pastel or bright? Ooh, that one's a hard one. I don't think I'm a pastel. I'm going to say bright. Dress or shorts? Dress for me. Slippers or socks? Slippers. T-shirt or sweater? I love sweaters. Sunglasses or a hat? Oh, that one's probably my hardest. I have so many sunglasses, and I also have a ridiculous amount of hats. I don't want to pick that one. I want them both. All right, if I'm forced to, I'm going to say sunglasses. Boots or sneakers? Boots. Scarf or mittens? I would say scarf. I love scarf because I love to dress up different outfits. So again, this is time for you to answer. Are you jeans or leggings? Are you polka dots or stripes? Are you pastel or bright? Are you dress or shorts? Slippers or socks? T-shirt or sweater? Sunglasses or hat? Boots or sneakers? Scarf or mittens? That's our first line. I'm going to give you a little time to answer those. We're having fun with you. This is my way of getting to know my audience. And I bet you Gabriel's at home going, oh my God, what's this? We've done this, Gabriel, and I'm going to tell you, it was the most interaction we've ever had. I had a blast with it. I really would love to see this show grow throughout the next couple of days of a lot of you that watch a little bit later that say, hey, I wanted to have fun with this. Monica, this is who I am, because it allows me to know you. I mean, you all do me a great favor, and you tune in every morning, and you spend your morning with us. Again, maybe some of you have to run off, and then you come back. So if you didn't get a chance to do the full this or that, come back this afternoon, come back this evening. While you're sitting down watching the Mizzou game and having some red wine, just go back to this and start typing in, hey, I didn't get a chance to answer. So do that. Gabriel said, I'd love to come over and have a bonfire with Rose. We will do that. Not really into following everything Travis and Taylor do, but I'm all for finding love and romance. Exactly. I don't like to say hopeless. I say I'm a hopeful romantic. Who's going to moderate when Gabriel and his girlfriend come over? That would be a great live show. We can do that. He and I can moderate together, actually. We're very multi-talented. Okay, Gabriel said coffee. All right, Kristen says tea. Kathleen says jeans as opposed to jeans or leggings. Okay, jeans. Kristen says jeans. Rose, all right, Rose is a leggings girl. Diane, dress or shorts? Okay, she says dress like me. Kristen says polka dots. Me too. Polka dots or stripes was the question. All right, Gabriel says sunglasses as opposed to hats. Kristen, socks over slippers. Gotcha. Rose says slippers. Kathleen, polka dots. All right, stripes aren't getting any. Sunglasses, Kristen says, over hats. Scarf, I agree, Diane. All right, all my fashionistas. Scarves. Do you like scarves or do you like mittens? Kathleen, sunglasses as well. Boots, again, over sneakers. I agree, Rose. Kathleen says sneakers, okay. Boots, Kristen says. Jeans instead of leggings, Stephanie says. Linda, all right, Linda's answering them all for us. Great. Jeans, polka dots, bright instead of pastel. Boots, scarf. She answered them all. You get the prize for the day. Kathleen, dress over shorts. Okay, Rose says t-shirt over sweater. Oh, and Rose is doing mittens. Okay, see, I like the balance of this audience. No polka dots or stripes, unflattering on my body. But if you're forced to pick one, Rose, you got to pick one. Stripes, sunglasses, slippers, boots. Okay, now we know Julie. Stripes, tennis shoes, mittens, and dresses. Oh, that's an interesting mix, Stephanie. I don't wear slippers or socks even when it's cold. Okay, Gabriel, you go running around barefoot. Oh, it's cold on your feet. You just do you throw a blanket over? I love blankets, by the way. Even right now, like when it was summertime, I'm still always cold. Okay, I know, Julie, right? That was a hard one to pick. She said, I like hats too. Sunglasses for Stephanie. Stephanie says socks. Okay, that one was fun. You ready for another one? Feel free to, again, if you are typing in, okay, Rose says stripes. Feel free to keep typing in if you are just tuning in. I just jumped over to Instagram. Oh, our intern Hayden was on. Looks like everybody bounced off of there. People on Instagram don't talk a lot, and I didn't get a chance to go over to X if anybody's talking over there, but we've got the majority of you. Okay, feel free to keep typing in. Okay, Dot says boots. Yep. Dresses. Yep. Slippers. Yep. Of course, polka dots. All right, well, there's my bestie right there. That's why we're so alike. Kristen says blankets always. Gabriel, I hate socks too. I get hot. But in the cold, Rose and Gabriel, I'm asking, in the winter, you don't wear anything on your feet? I always wear shorts in the house. Now we know Gabriel is hot-blooded. Okay, unless I'm out somewhere, I'm wearing shorts. Okay, are you one of those that wears shorts in the wintertime and then you have coats on? I have a friend of mine from years ago, and he would have, I feel seen, Gabriel says. So my friend from years ago would wear a coat and then he'd have shorts on. I'm like, it makes no sense. Your legs have to be freezing. So tell me, there goes Adelaide running. There you go. Okay, I was hoping she'd be able to see. There she is running around. I'm hot-blooded, Rose says. There's the dog going nuts. I told you at some point she would appear on screen. All right, we did that, this or that. We're continuing into this or that before we wrap up this morning. So this is how we get to know you. All right, folks, ready? Get ready to type in real fast again. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? I'm going to answer this if you all don't know already. I'm an extrovert. Night owl or early bird? I am actually both, but I guess you would have to say early bird because I'm up early with all of you, but I could stay up late as well. But I'll have to pick one. I'll say early bird. Okay, Gabriel says extrovert. I'm an extrovert as well. Team or individual? Absolutely team. Sports or clubs? Sports. Board game or video game? Board game. Leader or follower? Leader. Party host, party guest. Well, I want to be both, but I love to host. So I'll say host. Text or call. All right, I love this one. Call. Communicate. Get on the phone. Hear inflection in people's voices. One bestie or a friend group? Oh, friend group for sure. I mean, I love to just sit with a best friend one-on-one, but I love being around true lifers. I love figuring out the people who will be with me till my very last breath. So I'm going to say that. Okay, so one more time. Are you an introvert or an extrovert? It's time for you to type in quickly again for me. Night owl or early bird? Team or individual? Sports or clubs? Board game or video game? Leader or are you a follower? Are you the host or are you the guest? Do you text or do you call? And do you like one bestie or a friend group? Okay, and again, that one, it's all an interpretation. I love to just sit here by the pool with one person, and I truly enjoy that. But I love a group, and I don't mean like a massive group. I mean, I like to get my besties together, if that makes sense. But if we're taking it a different way, I would agree with Gabriel in saying one bestie. Like me and Michelle are going to hang poolside next Thursday and have some wine. And I love those moments. When I sit down with Dot, when I sit down with just, Julie by myself or Todd by myself or Sherry, I love the one-on-one for sure. So if that's what we're talking about, yeah. So there you go. I left it on the screen for you for a little bit longer. Now it's time for you all to tell me who you are because I love to know my audience. Individual and team have their perks, Gabriel says. That one's hard to pick, actually. I agree. I love alone time. I'm going to sit in that hammock a little bit later and get back to my book I'm reading, Not That Fancy, which is Reba McEntire's book. I'm going to have a glass of wine. I got a client to train in an hour, and then it's going to be me. Individual time is important, meditation time. So if that's what we're talking about, Gabriel, I agree with that one. But what I meant by that is it's not about me, it's about my team. It's all in interpretation, which is why I like to call. And Gabriel, I love the fact that Gabriel likes to call as well. Party and party guest as opposed to hosting. Okay. He said he's a leader. Video game as opposed to board games. Rose says team. Rose said I never shut up. Yes, you do. That's an Italian thing, right? Extrovert, Gabriel says, I don't wear shorts when I'm going out, but mostly because I don't like how it looks with a coat. Yes. And Rose wanted to know if Gabriel was Italian. He said, not that he knows. Diane, how are you? I'm a team player, but better one-on-one. Okay, see, it's all in interpretation. Stephanie says she's an extrovert, early bird. She's a follower, board game, party host, sports over clubs, friends group. She likes to call, and she's more of a team player. Kathleen's an introvert and an early bird. Team, sports, board game, leader, host, call, and friend group. Okay. Rose says sports, and she likes to host, board games, early bird. Monica, we are a lot alike. You just look better. No, come on. You look great. I love bestie time, but I love groups as well. Yep. Kristen is an extrovert and then a night owl. Okay. Team sports, board games, call, both bestie and group. So Kristen, you're a lot like me as well, except for I had to pick, right? Night owl or early bird. I picked early bird only because I'm up early, but if my schedule didn't have me getting up as early as I am, I probably would be a night owl. I don't know. My life has been so different because I've worked so early in the morning. All right, are you all ready for our final one? And then we'll get to our faith-based because after all, Gabriel does have to get off to school. He's moderating for you right now. This is our last one, okay? This is morning or evening. So it kind of goes into the night owl or early bird. Morning or evening. That one's a hard one for me because I'm going to add this. Okay, so I'm going to add sunset or sunrise. How about that? Instead of morning or evening, let's say sunset or sunrise. I have a hard time picking that one whenever we do this or that. I love the beginning of a morning and know it's another day, but sunsets are so beautiful. I'll tell you what, I'm going to have to pick a sunset over the ocean as one of my favorites as opposed to a sunrise. Sunsets are my favorite pictures to take. So I'm gonna change that one. You can answer morning or evening, but give me sunset or sunrise for you. Okay, do you like to listen to music or read a book? I'm gonna have to say music, even though I am going to read a book here later, but music fills my soul. I'm passionate about music. Indoor or outdoor? Outdoor for sure. Cook at home, order takeout. Cook at home. Movie night or game night? Oh, darn it. Movie night. Drawing or journaling? Journaling for sure. Have pets, have plants. I have both, but it's all about pets for me. Camping or staycation? Staycation. Adventures or stay at home? Adventures. Okay, so one more time. Sunset or sunrise? I say sunset. Listen to music or read a book. Indoor or outdoor? Do you like to cook at home or order takeout? Movie night or game night? Do you like drawing or journaling? Have pets or have plants? Camping or staycation? And then lastly, adventures or stay at home? Answer those for me. And then that's our last one we'll do. And then we'll table for more this or that. I told you this is always very interactive. Okay, so let's see. Dot. Extrovert. Everyone comes out and sees me at the Greek festival this weekend. Oh, she wants everybody to. Yes, to say hello and get hugs. You know we'll be there. We will absolutely. Are there days you won't be there? Or times? What's the best? Because a lot of people want to meet Dot. By the way, Dot will be back on with us next Friday, the first Friday of the month, for some more Bestie Friendship Friday time and real estate talk. Remember, when you need someone to buy or sell your home, please support Dot. She is one of our many wonderful sponsors that we could not do this show without. So, Dot, we will absolutely come see you. Is there a better day for us to come see you than others? Let me know that. All right. So, Gabriel says, sunset, listen to music, outdoors. Yep, so he's very similar to me. Cook at home, game night, as opposed to movie. Okay, drawing instead of journaling. Have pets, staycation, but I also pick adventures. So Gabriel and I, it's the reason why we get along so well. We're very similar. Sunset, music, outdoor, cook at home, game night, drawing, pets, and adventures. Kristen, love it. Diane, morning, music, outdoor, cook, movie, drawing, pets, staycation, and adventures. So this is very similar. It's the reason why a lot of you watch, because we are very similar. But I love the fact that there's differences in us, right? Kathleen says sunset, reading a book, outdoor, cook at home, game night, pets, camping, and adventures. Rose says sunrise. There we go. Music, outdoor, game night, journaling. So a lot of you like game night instead of movies. Okay. Journaling, pets, cool, adventures, but I love enjoying my home as well. Dot says I'm there Saturday day and Sunday night. Okay, well, that's good to know because we probably would have come on the actual Labor Day. Does it start on Friday and go through Monday? Is that correct? Let us know that. And any of you, again, What do you have going on for the holiday? Because this is the unofficial end of summer. So this is when all the big events outdoors are. People love to start going, though, transitioning to wineries. A lot of people think about wineries right around fall. They forget about it during the summer. Defiance Ridge is open year round, but a lot of people like to go to wineries in the fall. I'm going to tell you, I'm right there with you. I agree. Weather starts getting colder. We're wearing our sweatshirts. We're wearing our sweaters. We get all cute in our boots and our jeans or our leggings, whatever, scarves on, or hats or mittens or sunglasses, all the things we're talking about. Stephanie says, sunrise, movie night, music, indoor, eat in. I have plants, journaling, coloring, she says, no pets. Aw. The love of the unconditional dog, right? Where did my doggy go, by the way? She's been out here with me. Oh, she's over. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Can you guys see her? There she is. She's right over my shoulder, right there. She's just hanging out. She is my absolute. If I asked her to answer, she would say, outdoor, mommy, outdoor. Hey, Addie. Hey, Adelaide. Hi, baby. What are you doing? I've never just seen her sit up there on the wall. Probably because mom hasn't let her in. Everyone have a great Labor Day weekend. Absolutely. So, wasn't that fun? A little this or that. Love the interaction. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. Now, I want to wrap up with some faith, and we'll do that for you with a brand new journal. And this one was given to me. It's called Bloom and Grow, 365 devotions for gardeners. So for those of you that said that you have plants, this one is for you. So let me go to today's date. What is it? My God, I can't believe you talk to your pets like I do, right? It's like little babies. August 28th, I cannot believe we're almost to the end of August, almost getting in, right? So next week when I come to talk to you, we will be talking about September, a brand new month. We do have tomorrow's show, by the way. Don't forget to tune in at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. It is Foodie Friday with Calypso Restaurant. Y'all love Creole food. Do you like New Orleans kind of food? We're going to make some shrimp and grits with Chef Q. Can't wait for that. All right, August 28th. It's called Wide Lens. In the same way, no one knows the thoughts of God except the Spirit of God. What we have received is not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit who is from God, so that we may understand what God has freely given us. So this is 1 Corinthians 2, verses 11 through 12. My body and mind seem to be tuned to extremes. Contrast catch my eye and my attention. Black on white. We talked about polka dots. Black on white. Beginnings and endings. Highs and lows, right? It's kind of eerie. This is a this or that thing. Darkness and light. Opposing forces. Oddly enough, I'm acutely aware of proverbial gray areas between extremes too, like the subtle nuances in flourishing and wilting, succumbing and overcoming, doubt and trust, rebellion and repentance. We live in a world-based reality constructed from nothing. Matter spoken into existence by a spirit being, which informs my understanding of God, the universe, and my way of being in it as matter and spirit. I get whiplash just thinking about it. It's impossible to contextualize Earth, the galaxy, the cosmos, in which it's suspended through the lens of the human eye. Neither can the mind, complex as it is, grasp it. Our frame of reference is minuscule in the scope of existence, but the God who created all things wove them on a relational framework. Desiring our intimacy, he makes a way for humankind to fathom the bigger reality, the spiritual beyond the material connecting us to him. And it may look different for you than for me, but the truth is substance that cements our hope and our trust in him. Again, we all had a chance to say that we're this or we're that, but it bonds us together, and it's okay to be different. We should, actually. Otherwise, it's a boring world that we all think the same. So here's one to grow on. Do you understand how quantum mechanics works? That's okay. Neither do I. They just know it works, and it's belief in it, right? Jesus, thank you for making the way for me to receive life and eternity in its fullness, restoring my relationship with the Father. Amen. I love all these devotionals that are being given to me. Again, it's not anything I ever knew I was going to do. It just organically happened. So 100 Days to Freedom, Stephen Arterburn. We read from that when I'm on set. We have Jesus Listens, Jesus Calling from Sarah Young. Bloom and Grow, 365 devotions for gardeners at heart. So if you love to be a gardener and you like to plant, this one is from Lori with an A, Laurie. Lori Soileau, maybe Soileau. Okay, so there you go. There's how you spell it. Bloom and Grow. Yes, I agree, Stephanie. Fun show for sure. What a great one. And I love you all for tuning in. And I love for the fact that you all interacted so much and that we did this fun, this or that. I hope you all have a great day. Again, I am planning on relaxing as much as possible, getting a little work done here in the beginning of the day. But by this afternoon, I will be back there by the fountain in the hammock, reading, not that fancy, listening to some music, and drinking some red wine, since after all, today is National Red Wine Day. It was fun. We'll do much more of this. This is what I always want to know. If you all sat in front of me, I would like for you to tell me, what would you like to see more of? These kind of shows where it's just us together, we interact, we do a little this or that. Gabriel can come and join me on a future segment. Rose, you want to moderate so that he and Rose, his Rose, can sit here with us by a bonfire. Trust me, very soon I will be coming to you, probably needing a little more light because it'll probably be dark at 7 o'clock in the morning, but maybe by a bonfire when it's that cold. We will do that just for you. I hope you all have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for enlightening me about who you are as my audience. And by the way, we always ask you again, if you have anywhere that you would like for us to do a future Mobile Monica from, let us know. Do me a favor right now and share, like, and follow. Make sure you're following. Everybody thinks they're following, but I've seen so many of you that watch on a regular basis and it says non-follower. Click follow and tell others that follow you to do the same. Let's continue to grow this audience. We got about 50 more that need to subscribe and follow on my YouTube page. And then I got a big giveaway. That'll be the first 1,000. I see these people who have millions, and I don't think they put on nearly the show that we do. So let's get into the thousands and thousands on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. Get these numbers up. Let's spread positivity all around the world. That's my mission. And the way we do that is to be kind to each other. God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow morning for Foodie Friday.